Okay, hi everyone, Fox 19 now. First alert meteorologist Anna DuVall here with your forecast update. We're looking at this bigger picture behind me here. I'll make it bigger because I think those colors are kind of, washed out behind me, and I want you guys to actually be able to see what I'm showing you pretty clearly here. So we're going to go ahead, take it like this so you can see it a little bit better. You can see up in our more northern counties there, Fayette, Union County, they're in that light blue color. Everyone to the north is also in that light blue color. And that is a cold weather advisory. So what we're looking at is pretty chilly temperatures over the next couple of days here. And this cold weather advisory is going to start from 7 a.m. Monday until 9 a.m. on Tuesday. So it's going to go throughout Monday and Tuesday morning. Very cold, wind chill values as low as 12 below zero. So negative wind chill values are what we're expecting there. And again, that's that light blue color. Everyone in the tan color, that's those special weather statements. And this is saying you could see some very light snow tonight if you're in that tan region there. So that's just something we're watching out for tonight in terms of that bigger picture here. I'm going to go ahead and put it back on just me so we can get into some other stuff. So yes, be aware of that cold weather, especially going into tonight, tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning as well. Here's what it's looking like out there right now. Where you're seeing the sun starting to set here across the tri-state, and it's a pretty chilly night already out there. I'm going to show you guys those temperatures, those feels likes right here. So this is what we're looking like. 22 degrees, southwest wind, 8 miles per hour. It's making it feel more like 13 outside. So definitely feeling that wind chill. It's going to hit you in the face right when you walk outside, and that'll sort of continue to be the trend here until the next couple of days. It's going to be even colder going into Tuesday as well. So that feels like temperature in Mount Auburn, also around 13 degrees right now. So if you're heading out the door, make sure you're layering up. Today, our high temperature got up to 25 degrees. Our low was 13. We didn't see any rain, any snow out there. Any of that was early, very early this morning, and it's maybe less than a centimeter there if you saw any. I know I woke up with some, but I kind of slept in a little bit today. Well below both of our averages for this time of year, and nowhere near either one of those records. This was yesterday in history, negative 25. Or today, negative 25. The Ohio River was frozen today, and again, that low today was 15, 40 degrees warmer. So at least we can say that we got a little bit of warmer temperatures. Here were yesterday's highest snowfall totals, and again, not very much snow for most people out there. Here's a really zoomed out picture of what we're looking like on radar right now. I'll zoom in here. I mentioned some light snow might be possible, and there it is over in Illinois, Indiana, starting to make its way eastward. And again, we might see a few of those snow showers going into tonight, but mostly we just have clouds starting to build in here over the next couple of hours. And again, we could see some of those very spotty snow showers going into tonight. We'll get into that in just a second here. Again, 20s across the tri-state, mostly cloudy skies. Again, those clouds are starting to build in. 20 in Wilmington, 21 in Batesville, 24 in Cincinnati, Hamilton, 22 Covington and Flemingsburg. And here's how the winds are looking. We mentioned that southwest wind, and that's the case for most people. But again, 5 to 10 mile per hour wind, and that's gusting in some places 12, 15, 16. So definitely feeling those colder temperatures, and we'll continue to feel that cold temperatures and that cold air over the next couple of days. I'm showing you guys this again in temperatures just so I can zoom out and show you this here. We have that southwest wind and 27 in St. Louis, 16 in Chicago and Cleveland. So if we had a northerly wind, we'd be getting in a lot of the colder air coming from the north. But for right now, we're staying a little bit warmer And I mean, that's relative, 22, but we could be down a few degrees, especially if those winds started to shift. From this time yesterday, we have lost a pretty decent amount of temperatures, about 10 degrees for our eastern half of our counties here. Everyone else, we're seeing maybe 5 degrees difference, which is still a big change. Some places feeling like more like 10 degrees right now, 14 in Cincinnati, 15 in Owenton, 11 in Connorsville. So we're starting to make our way down to those single digits, and that will be the trend going into tonight and tomorrow morning. So 12 degrees will be your low, and obviously we'll be seeing those single digit wind chill values. Some places could be seeing those negative wind chill values going into tomorrow as well. So let's track out the rest of your evening. This is what it's going to feel like over the next several hours here. We're mostly going to stay in the teens until we reach about midnight. Now, here's the thing that we're going to show you here. This is those feels like temperatures going into Monday morning. So again, teens throughout the night tonight, but as you're waking up tomorrow morning, this is 6 a.m., a few single digits starting to make their way into the forecast here, low teens. And then by the time we reach 10 a.m., here's what it's feeling like out there. So as you're heading out the door, a lot of you I know have the day off. This will be a great day to just stay inside. Don't run any of those errands, especially -8 in Connorsville, feeling more like 0 there in Cincinnati, CVG. Everyone that's up to the north of the Ohio River expected to see those negative wind chill values. Down to the south, you could see those single digit wind chill values. That's just how the separation is being divided right now. Well into the afternoon and evening, we're staying that way. Look at this, feeling more like -5, -2. Again, still up to the south. Still up to the north of the Ohio River there. Brody, I know, the South Dakota feels like temperature is gonna get out of control over the next couple days, I'm sure. Especially, it's gonna be so cold. I know everyone's like, here's like ready for the cold. I don't know if I'm ready to see these negative wind chill values for the next few days. Like, it's not even just the one day. Like, we're gonna be seeing it, stick around here. Going into Tuesday early morning, this is when we'll see the more widespread negative values across the tri-state here. And you can see -6, and that cold weather advisory is staying in effect until Tuesday afternoon. And again, due to the fact that 7 a.m. is going to be those negative degrees, you could see up to -12 degrees though. So just be prepared, cover up any of that exposed skin out there. Then as we move on, we'll continue to see this. We're really feeling that January air start to actually build into the tri-state. I know a lot of you like the colder temperatures and was excited for it. Paul, I see your comment here. I think wearing a t-shirt outside is pretty bold. I mean, I had 3 layers on, but I'm from Alabama, so maybe you're used to it. But I definitely think it's going to be pretty chilly out there. That's why we have these first alert weather days on deck for you here. Negative wind chill values Monday and Tuesday morning. So those are just going to be for the morning time hours on both days. So again, that's going to start midnight to 10 a.m. for both days, especially, as that sun sets, the temperatures start to drop. We're going to have sub-zero wind chill values. We want to make sure any exposed skin, you guys have that covered. You're wearing your beanies, your scarves, gloves, wearing those layers out there. We are expected to see another bigger round. It's just something we're watching out for, snow and ice, going into next weekend. So we'll get into that in just a second there, Rick. So we're watching out for that. Make sure you bring any of your pets or anything in here inside over the next couple of days, plants as well. Tomorrow morning's lows, here's what it's going to feel like. Again, we're going to see the teens, we're going to see the low 20s, and it's going to be feeling even colder than that going forward. Moving into tomorrow afternoon, 23 degrees will be your high temperature for the day. And again, that's going to feel more like the teens out there. Now let's check out the rest of your night tonight, because we do have another round of snow potentially coming through tonight. And we saw that over in Illinois and in Indiana, starting to make its way eastward to our area, and that's when we're going to see that next batch of snow. So that's about 9 o'clock tonight, and then we'll see that push throughout the next couple of hours until about 1 a.m. And that's when we'll see that snow really make its way through the tri-state. That's for your Monday morning there, and again, we'll have that first alert weather day for your morning due to those negative wind chill values. Then going through Tuesday, we're going to be staying mostly dry and mostly clear. Here's what it's looking like over the next 3 days, and again, those first alert weather days for Monday, Tuesday. Look at those low temperatures. Low temperature is 7 degrees, but it's going to be feeling more like those single digits. But both days, single digit wind chill values we're watching out for. We have cold weather advisories for Fayette and for Union County. Going into Wednesday, we'll see a very slight warm up, but we also have that chance of seeing that spotty shower and wintry mix, especially in those evening hours, and we're going to track that out for you as well. Again, tonight you could see some snow passing through, and that's going to be around 10 o'clock tonight, and so we'll be watching that out as it comes eastward towards us from Illinois, Indianapolis, and again, that chance of seeing some evening stuff, some rain, some wintry mix going into Wednesday once again. So again, we'll have a couple rounds of snow moving through, but that big chance, I know a lot of people have probably been seeing that social media post out there about the big chance of seeing some winter weather. We'll go through that here. It's something we're watching out for. Here's Wednesday again, and it's just looking like we'll have a very small chance of seeing that wintry mix going into the evening hours. We're staying mostly dry until the weekend. Once we reach the weekend, we're expected to see that next chance of seeing some snowfall. And this is for a majority of the tri-state. Most of this is going to be affecting south of us, south of Cincinnati. That's where those heavier pockets are expected. Northern or southern Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia areas, and not so much us, but we could definitely see some light snowfall out of this going into Saturday and Sunday. And again, we'll watch that come through. It's still a long ways out, but a lot of models have been agreeing over the last couple of days that some sort of snowfall will happen going into next weekend. So that's what we're watching out for going into next weekend. But for the next couple of days, we can go back here. Again, you might see some going into tonight. Very light snow showers. Tuesday, staying mostly dry, but we could see some wintry mix, some rain. Snow chances for Wednesday. It's going to be slightly warmer, so it's going to be harder for any of that snow to stick. And then we stay mostly dry until we reach that Saturday, Sunday chance. So here's what it's looking like on those chances to see any sort of precip, and I was just showing you guys this. That chance will be there on Wednesday to see another chance of that wintry mix, that snow, some rain out there. And then as we move into Saturday, Sunday, that chance increases of seeing that snow, that ice move into the forecast. And we're watching out for that. A lot of folks have been posting about that too. We don't want to give, a solidified forecast 8 days out. So we're just watching out for maybe some heavier pockets of some snow, maybe some ice going into Saturday and Sunday of next week. Okay, so we're just catching up on the comments here. Here's what we're looking like over the next 10 days in terms of high temperature. So Monday, Tuesday, gonna be your coldest days for the beginning portion of the week. And then as we move into Wednesday, Thursday, you can see temperatures will increase, will be slightly warmer. I mean, if you like the 40s and 30s, definitely warmer than these 20s we'll be feeling with those wind chill values in the negatives. So that's just what we're watching out for, over the next couple of days here. Temperatures drop back off going into Sunday, Monday of next week. So we'll be feeling those chillier temperatures, those single-digit wind chill values once again. Here is what our low temperatures are going to look like. And again, we saw those highs being in the 20s. We'll see the teens for tonight going into tomorrow morning. We'll see the single digits for Tuesday. It's going to feel more like those -5 to 10 degrees out there going into Tuesday. And then we'll see that warm up happen again. Wednesday, Thursday will feel more like the 20s. So that's definitely going to be a lot warmer than what we're feeling over the next couple of days. And here's that temperature trend for us. I feel like Mother Nature and Jack Frost really are playing tricks on us, because we had the 70s a couple of weeks ago, and then we had the 50s just last week for Monday and Tuesday. Then we really dipped off Thursday, Friday, and we've kind of stayed right here in those colder temperatures over the last couple of days. Then we'll see the 40s come back into the forecast there on Wednesday and Thursday. That's when we could see that rain chance, that wintry mix. Things dip back off Friday, Saturday, and that's when we see the next big snow chance coming into the forecast as well. So here are your headlines. Again, tonight you could see a few snowflakes out there, especially between the hours of 9 and midnight as that starts to push eastward towards Indiana, our Ohio counties, and our Kentucky counties. Monday and Tuesday will be first alert weather mornings. We'll just have those there in the morning time hours. And then Wednesday will be slightly warmer. So, I mean the 40s, which to me isn't that slightly warmer, but it's definitely warm enough. We can go back over those wind chill values here for everyone over the next couple of days, because that's going to be our main concern. So as we go into tonight, 10, 11 o'clock, we'll still be seeing the teens, some places seeing the single digits. Then as we go into tomorrow morning, I know a lot of people have the day off, but again, you can see the low teens, the tens, the single digits out there for your Monday morning. Those dip off into the negative values as we get into the afternoon hours there. You can see -8, zeros, closer to 1, 2 degrees there if you're south of the Ohio River. And then as we move throughout the day, we really won't warm up that much. So that means this will linger into Tuesday here. And that's when we'll see those negative wind chill values really take over the entire tri-state. We'll be 0, negatives, all the way across. A couple places have those cold weather advisories, and that's for Fayette and Union County. Up here, and you can see up to -12 degrees for your feels like temperatures up to the north. So that's what it's feeling like through the day. Tuesday, we will feel more like the teens out there, and then we'll feel a lot warmer going into Wednesday. So we definitely have a bigger warm up on the way. We just have to get through tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning, ahead of those colder temperatures. I'm going to bring up the advisories one more time to show everybody, and then we'll do the 7-day forecast and show you guys what that's looking like as well. And again, this blue color here, those are those cold weather advisories for Monday morning going through your Tuesday morning. Everyone to the north, Dayton, up to Tupelo, you're seeing those blue shaded colors, which again is that cold weather advisory. Everyone that's in that tan color is under a special weather statement that you could see some some snowfall going through tonight and early tomorrow morning. So again, watching out for that cold weather out there over the next couple of days. Feels like temperatures are going to be in the negative, so make sure you're wearing a couple of layers as you're getting ready to go outside. Here's that 7 to 10 day forecast. Again, first alert weather day for the first half of Martin Luther King Day, for your Tuesday as well. Tuesday morning, both days seeing negative wind chill values. We'll be in the 20s by the afternoon. We will see maybe a few flakes of snow Monday morning, but mostly going to be staying completely dry across the tri-state. Staying dry for our Tuesday. Wednesday, we have a chance of seeing some rain, a wintry mix, maybe a few snowflakes, especially going to the late evening hours on Wednesday. You can see a slight warm up though. You can see the 40s. And then as we move into Thursday, Friday, back into the 30s, but staying dry. And then we have that snow chance possible for the weekend ahead. So especially Saturday, Sunday, watching out for that snowfall, that ice definitely being possible. Especially Saturday and Sunday we've been watching for the last couple of days. I do think a lot of the accumulating snowfall will probably be to the south, but it's still 7 days out. We're still watching that pretty closely there, Daniel. So I would definitely get ready for some going into the weekend, but as we move closer, we'll have a little bit more details on that moving forward. Okay, but that's all I have for you guys here. I'm going to go ahead, put this 7-day full screen. I hope everyone has a great rest of your Sunday. And we'll be on at 10 o'clock tonight, and you can watch another forecast update then. So have a great rest of your day, and enjoy the day off tomorrow.